Hello everyone, this is Fuzz Wake Up Funds and welcome back to the channel for a reading. Specifically today we're going to be talking about Jackson Wang from GOT7, his personality, who he is as an idol, who he shows to the public, and who he kind of, at least a fraction of who he truly is in private, and a centerpiece which melds and binds the two together. So I'm going to add a quick disclaimer right here. As I would hope that most of you know, is that this stuff that I do is for entertainment purposes only, so thus I do not own any of these idols or companies that I speak about. I have no part. My opinions do not reflect their own. Tarot, at least for me, it is a forecast. Sometimes the weather can be wrong, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. Since I'm getting outside of my usual 5 to 10 couple of viewers from Tumblr, please be understanding. Hate in the comments will not be tolerated whatsoever, but of course I am not adverse to receiving some criticism, but please just be moderate yourself in the way that you speak or refer to me in the comments. Please and thank you. So now moving on to the reading, we are past the bullshit. So first, I'm just gonna read you all the cards in one sweep. Starting off with the first pile is the person that Jackson has, at least as of the time of reading, is showing to the public. Who he's trying to show to the public. Maybe the image that he himself has created now. No longer that, he's under like JYP, who is or was kind of in control of the person he represented. Is the Hangman, King of Swords and Knight of Swords, connecting to the center, the Sun, Eight of Wands, and Knight of Cups, and to the other end of a fraction, at the very least, of who he truly is the Knight of Wands reverse, Seven of Cups, Knight of Wands, overall bottom, the Fool, and Seven of Wands, Justice, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Wands, and the Judgment. So, going straight into it, who he is representing to the public. It seems that, at least like I said, at the time of reading, he could be going through a shift of who he is trying to portray, right? Either this, or he doesn't know exactly how to crack open the artist persona that has been given to him and that he has made changes to and created to show what he wants to show. So it's giving to me that lately he's feeling a bit suffocated by this image he is having to portray, and he doesn't know how to break out of that. So he might be trying to change, or he's stuck. It's one or the other. It genuinely feels to me more so that he's a bit stuck, but it's in terms of, to put it in a situation, there's nobody there to like crack the whip on him and tell him you need to keep yourself in line, but he's the one who's doing that to himself, if that makes any sense. So yes, we do have the happy-go-lucky, sunny, goofy type of person, and the super clever kind of vibe that he kind of brings out the boy genius every once in a while when it comes to this outer Jackson character. But it just seems there's some parts of it. It seems like he almost have, I don't know. There's this movie called The Mask, right? And every time he puts on the mask, or no, I'm thinking of Goosebumps. Anyways, he puts the mask on and he can't take it off. That's what it feels like sometimes. Whenever the camera might be on him, for example, he can't ever turn Jackson off and be himself in some aspects. So let's switch all the way over to the other side and talk about the real person, Jackson Wang, who's just Jackson. And then we'll talk about what's going on in the center here, because we have a lot of stuff here, I would say, wagering to look at it. So he seems a bit more mellow in demeanor as a person. He does have his more flirty and goofy side, of course, but he's a bit more mellow than he is in his persona, so to say. He also it seems like there's identity issues in here somewhere. It feels like there are some pieces of him that are kind of stuck, floating in the wind, that he can't yet reach or has been unable to reach. But we do see here also the Knight of Wands in the upright, is that it just seems like sometimes he can't always decide which he wants to be within. Like, let's say, for example, people who are ambiverts, but there's like maybe a small percentage of ambiverts who are not really sure, am I leaning one way or the other? Or, like, what if I am actually an extrovert, even though I've been saying I'm an introvert? It's those people who are very undecided, so that they choose to use the title of ambivert. So, excluding, I guess, all of the example type of things, is he can't really tell what parts of him stick. For some reason, there's just something there that's not connecting, and it feels like it's because, not just because of JYP, it seems like maybe it could have been those who, like, maybe not to blame his parents, but the environment and the people he's been raised around and have been living around have been telling him who to be. So it's just thus is that he understands that he can get a lot done, because once you give him something and you tell him how to use the tool, he's going to do it to the best of his efficiency. So thus, since that's been something that's been ingrained in him in so long, it is his best ally and his worst enemy in the same when it comes to his personality. So talking about the center, the melding of the two and what connects the two is that we have a very productive person who is also very emotional and very positive. But when it comes to the emotional side, there's just something there that has not yet bloomed, blossomed, and matured, or things he just has not reached yet. He knows how to say, I'm sad, but it takes him a bit longer to do the digging to say, this is what's making me sad, and this is why I've been acting like I'm in a mood for the past week, for example. So now moving into the overalls and the remaining energies, it's just that sorry, that was awful. The remaining energy is he has a lot of inner turmoil, and this could be something that remains with him, but it seems like he's going to try to fight to work against that side of himself, to do some maturing. So it seems like, at least coming soon, as of the time of reading, like I said, is he's probably going to be trying to just get better. So this could mean very soon that he's trying to get in touch with some mental health or some self-help that is not quite as rigorous in running himself into the wall kind of vibes. So in a way, I do like this for him because I see growth and good here for him. But it's not going to be an easy journey. But thus, there's nothing wrong with this because he's doing what he got to do. So other than that, I think that's what I'm going to leave you with. Feel free to ask me for readings for other members of God7, other idols, maybe Jackson's previous relationship to JYP, the company and the person, and maybe his current relationship to his company, what it's like, what the vibes are. So leave your requests in the comments or run over to my blog on Tumblr, send me an anon, or turn off anon, whatever is most comfortable for you. If you can't get down with it, get down, don't get down with friends. I know.